Hey everybody, welcome back to Resident Evil 7. Last time we began exploring this derelict wrecked ship that we happened upon, that we woke up next to, and discovered that Ethan has been captured by Eveline, supposedly, and is waiting for us at the bottom level to save him. However, we also discovered what exactly Mia was doing during the 3 years that she was missing in action, and also what was causing the molded, what was causing the infections at the Baker house. It was a thing called Eveline that looks like a little girl. And now, I guess we're trying to find her and stop her? Somehow? With guns, I guess? So, anyway, last time we started working towards fixing the elevator so that we can actually go down to the bottom level. However, it needs both a fuse and a cable. And we just got the necessary items, the corrosive, to unlock the locked doors that are in our path to get those two items. So, let's begin doing that right now. I have a lockpick in my inventory. I don't think there's any room to use a lockpick ever. And unless I find more antique coins soon, I don't think I'll be able to actually get enough for the Magnum. We'll just have to go without the Magnum for now, which is okay. Anyway, we have corrosive. Let's get started on that. There's a few corrosive doors that we need to use. There's one right on this floor right across the way. I'm actually going to use the psychostimulants just in case I'm missing stuff. Seems like I'm missing nothing on this floor, though, which is pretty interesting. I never noticed the field of view effect that the psychostimulants do to you. There should definitely be stuff in here, though. Yeah, definitely. Of course. Of course there'll be. There's 4 different items. One of them's even special. Let's see just how special it is. First, remote bomb. Second, strong chem fluid. Nothing. Third, another remote bomb. Fourth, captain's cabin locker key. Yeah, that's pretty frigging special. So we'll make our way back towards there in a second. Nothing else in there, so yeah, that's everything on that floor. Was there a note or something I missed, actually? I want to check again. There could have been, but I don't know. I don't think notes show up in psychostimulants. Nah, there's nothing. So let us head back to the elevator, crouch down into it, and then we'll climb back up to the 4th floor and get our well-deserved item. Hang on. There are 2 items right there? The heck? The heck are those? Is that something on the floor? The 4th floor? There's also a special thing down there. There's a lot of pointers I see, like, off in the distance behind walls that I'm doubting are even accessible, and that they were unused items that are placed there and still visible through psychostimulants, but I don't know. I don't know what the deal with those is. Oh. Yep. We've got new threats. We got new threats. Okay. Yep, that's what I meant to do. Hey, I took damage, so that wasn't a bad waste of... It wasn't a horrible waste of a first aid med, but it was a waste. Yeah, what the hell are those? Something on the 3rd floor? Yeah, we got a couple 4-legged molded up here now. Was that stuff like that before? 1 second. I've got just the thing for you. Just wait behind that door. Don't come through just yet. You don't. Thank you. Alright. Here's our machine gun. It's the exact same one from the videotape, of course. I don't think I even needed to say that. We'll remove remote bombs to 4 now. He's not even going to try to open the door. There we go. Dodge that. There we go. We've got a lot of ammo for this. We cannot craft anymore. It's the same as shotgun, where you can only ever craft handgun ammo and grenade launcher rounds. You cannot craft machine gun ammo or the other stuff. But hey, we have a machine gun now. Who's complaining? And machine gun ammo is quite common. We're going to be getting a lot of it, which makes up for its awful recoil and awful everything else. So, hang on. I mean, there is something on the 1st floor. I'm actually going to go down to the 1st floor first. Okay, I'm hearing a guy down here, I believe. There are some corrosive doors we have not opened. Alright, do I have... I do not have. Let's make. over-enhanced handgun ammo. Because I was looking at my heals. I do not have a heal, but I do have the materials to make one. Where's the corrosive door on this floor? It was all the way over here. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. Around the corner. Corners are these guys' worst enemies. I think I killed him. Yeah, okay. I saw the sploosh of his head exploding into pieces. Cool. No. Not lockpick. I have 4 gunpowders. I could always use all the frigging things I find, chem fluids I find after this on ammo. We found a backpack in here that will give us a 5th row of inventory as Mia. So, that's nice. I haven't really had a need for it. That's the same those are the same soccer balls that were in, Lucas's room back at the Baker house. I wouldn't exactly need the thing I just picked up, the backpack, the 5th row, as, yeah, we've been collecting, like, not that much stuff, but still useful to have. Now, I actually did completely forget, but down here is actually the fuse we need for the elevator, right there. The general purpose fuse. It's, I kind of do like this puzzle, because you had to go through that section before when you didn't have a gun, where you had to grab the fuse from a different thing and put it in the door. And now you remember that it's a general purpose fuse, meaning it can be used for anything that needs a fuse. So, you come back here, you take it back out, and then you go put it in the elevator. It's a cool puzzle. Although it might take you a good while to figure it out, it's not the most obvious solution. Let's put that in here. And you know, I just thought about something. This note does not make much sense to be here, because as we saw in the tape, the elevator broke. The elevator broke during the events of the tape. But that note was not there during the tape. Not only was that note not there during the tape, but, like, the fuse and the cable broke, which is exactly what the note is talking about. And it's... Oh, wait, okay, this note is actually only talking about the cable. Never mind. And it's just making you also see that there's a fuse. It's telling you where this cable is. But still, it's like, were there 2 cable malfunctions in the elevator? Were there 2 different cable malfunctions in the elevator during the same trip? That's odd. But excusable. Yeah, what the hell were the... Oh, wait, I think I know what the items were that I was seeing. And I just remembered this box for the lockpick. Antique coin, that's actually pretty good. I hope I can get 9 of them. I've said this like 5,000 times by now. So here's yet another corrosive door. We have 3 more corrosive, oh yeah, I think there are like 2 more corrosive doors, so that makes sense. I believe we have found all the corrosive we can, though. Maybe, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. Look at the beautiful view of the boat that is now in 3 pieces. This is a huge boat, man. What the hell? Is this like, is this a cargo ship? What is this? What's a tanker? I don't know much about boats. What's a tanker? The only reason I know a cargo ship exists is because I play Monstrum a lot. And that game takes place on a cargo ship. Alright, any items in here? Nope, okay. We are entering, as you can see, the sick bay on the 3F. So, this is exactly where we have to be. Chem fluid and strong chem fluid. Ammo, enhanced ammo. Let's go. Let's go, dude. I don't think I want to use the enhanced ammo in this gun, though. Maybe if we can find a different handgun. I'd rather use that. Gloves. Why take the risk? Okay, that makes sense. I was about... Because it's a, like, put on gloves so that you don't, you know, infect your hand and then spread it to other people. Oh, that's good. Well, here, let's take this cable off quickly before we have that guy to deal with. Let's take off that piece and then wait for the game to allow us to take off this piece. Oh, he's in. Oh, okay. Okay. You can crouch under their vomit, which is something I discovered. Oh, God, that was a bad time to reload, wasn't it? Well, he's right there. Okay. Bad time for everything. Nope. Man, you have a lot of health. Ooh, Alright. In case you need more remote bombs, there's one right down here. I believe that is the item that we were seeing through the walls. Oh, please die soon, dude. I think he's dead. Okay. Yeah, I'd recommend getting the machine gun, personally, because just bombs alone, it might do the trick, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I think those two chem fluids, or these two, are the items we are seeing. This door is locked, so this is a complete dead end. Keep that in mind. Hopefully you have enough bombs and machine guns stuff to kill him, and so we did. That's the end of that. Back we go. We now have both the things we need to repair the elevator. And with that, we have officially explored the entire ship, basically, with the exception... That's not right. With the exception of, down below, the basement. Let's head back to the elevator and begin heading in that direction. Go through all the scripted falling down scenes, and... Cable... Where's the cable? Did I not pick up the cable? Did I not pick up the cable? Yeah, you know, I just detached the cable. I don't think I actually picked it up, so let's go back and pick it up. There we are. That's more like it. With that, the elevator is repaired, and unlike with the tape where the floors that you are traveling to is set in stone, you can actually use the elevator to go through every single floor if you want. However, we've gathered everything that I want to gather, so we're just gonna head straight down to S2 and try and get Ethan. Try and save Ethan.
He's waiting.
Oh, believe me, I know. And I'm coming for him. Alright, I'm sure you can tell by the music, but this is gonna be a bit of a shooty part. There's a molded up above, I believe. Okay, there's also a molded right here. Okay, we can run past. I thought a molded dropped down from behind eventually. Yes, they sure do. You know what? Let's use the enhanced ammo. I'll have plenty of it later on. Maybe I shouldn't be using it on this random molded, but... whatever. No one can tell me what to do. Especially because I just got more strong chem fluid, so I can make more enhanced handgun ammo. If I want. More handgun ammo. Regular handgun ammo. You could always use it on, like, a solo molded. You were not a solo molded. There, I blew off your leg, and apparently that's enough to kill you? Oh, no, I did blow off his head as well. This place is a little bit more decrepit looking than it was in the tape, but it's just that's also the case with every other place in the wrecked ship. All right, machine gun ammo time. We got so much of it. Let's go. Nothing in here. No items, I mean. Of course, there are gonna be enemies in here. Gonna check out behind me. Okay, he wasn't actually attacking. He was just walking towards me. I thought he was attacking, so I was using that time to reload. Are you dead? Okay, you are. Awesome. Oh, goody two shoes, man. Alright. Boom. Blow you up. Shoot you in the face a little bit. Get some enhanced handgun into your nose. That's all the enhanced handgun ammo. Let's load the regular ones, and then switch back to this. Dead. The whoo means dead. I am dead! That is more handgun ammo. Not bad. I could shoot these boxes, but I just don't want to. I just don't feel like it. Mia's struggling a bit with something. I wonder why. All we've done is shoot a few molded. Antique coin. That's good. Alright. Check this. Remember this supply room. And then there's the big room with catwalks and stuff over there. Oh, I only have one corrosive. And wait. Is that door locked? I don't think it is. I don't think that door's locked. So I'm going to use my final corrosive on this and see whatever is in here. Remote bombs. Cool.
I need to do something.
Ethan.
Ethan? Ethan? Hey, shh. I know. I'm not gonna hurt you. Hell, I never would have if I could have helped it.
What do you mean?
I'm no killer, son. Neither is Marguerite, nor my boy Lucas, or even Zoe here. That girl, Eveline, she did this.
What the hell is she? Now, what did she do to you?
She infected us with her gift. That's what she calls it. I found her near a busted out tank in the bayou. Everything changed after that.
So she infects you and then she takes control?
No. Not exactly, son. She just... She forces her way into your mind, your soul. You can't fight back. You are connected to her, and you can't resist the urge to... Oh, you're a different person after that.
Just like Mia. So Mia sent me that message because of Eveline.
Listen, the girl just wants a family of her own. She's the key. All right? You find her, and you stop her. Ethan. Free my family. Please.
Eveline, stay away from him.
Why? He doesn't love you. I can make him love you.
Don't hurt him.
Silly, I told you I'm not gonna hurt him.
Don't you dare.
So what? You're not my mama. Remember?
Mia, how?
There's no time. You have to get out of here and find her. Here, take this.
What? Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Saving your life. You need to go. I won't be able to resist for much longer.
No,
Now go kill that little bitch.
no. Mia! No!
Well, that was the whole objective of the game right there, dying in front of us. But hey, good news is
Bitch, where the fuck are you?
we're in control of Ethan again, and it's time to go kill Eveline, wherever she is. I don't know why they keep going on about go find her, when... How do they know that you can find her? She was standing right there, if you didn't see. So we have taken what we now know is Eveline tissue samples. The name has updated. A small bottle containing tissue samples from Eveline. That actually changed after we watched the tape, but I didn't point it out for some reason. It's all your fault. Sure, okay, I believe that. Presumably Eveline writing that to me. I definitely believe that this is all my fault. This room is so dark. Holy crap. Why is it so dark? Okay. This room is not as dark, though, because it's not a room. It's outside. But it's nighttime. And, boy, have I seen a less enticing-looking ground to walk on. There's a bunch of dead fish on the ground. What the hell was this? Is this normal down in Louisiana? Any Louisiana people watching this, can you confirm this is normal? Just along the streets of New Orleans, there's dead fish on the ground. And the whole place is constantly damp. I mean, with how much flooding it gets, probably. I'm just kidding. Alright. Keep going. We shouldn't expect any enemies, as, once again, we have no weapons. But look at that, we actually have 5 rows of inventory. I thought we had 6. Wait, okay, never mind. I know when we get 6. It's in a bit. Alright, out of the way. Out of the way, fish. Out of the way. Climb into this very friendly looking area. That is a Mr. Everywhere. I'm coming back for you. Enhanced handgun ammo, just for free, and a note. February 18th, 1892, there was a collapse in the Patterson mine. Tuan and Beckford are dead, and Huxley will never walk on his own again. Old man Stan was right, the ground there is too unstable. February 19th, 1892. The company's not going to send us any replacements. They want us to work double shifts instead. I can't wait to get back to the old country. That's 1892. Wow, that's an old note. Abercrombie Salt Mines, South Dolby. Seems like a pretty old place. Psychostimulants. This thing. Are they watching us from that helicopter? This was a picture that was in the demo of the game of Resident Evil 7. And where you just explored the guest house and what your random creepy things happened. This was in the guest house in the demo, but now it's moved all the way here. Which is very cool. It's kind of cool. If you've played the demo, you'll recognize that. I think that's cool.
Alpha 1, this is Bravo 1. Do you read?
This is Alpha 1. Report. Did you find anything?
A thorough search of the Baker property revealed 0 survivors. Repeat, 0 survivors. We did find evidence of a skirmish.
Eveline?
Negative. However, we did find several encrypted messages from the Baker's son Lucas to an unknown third party. You can probably guess who that was.
That's just great. We've had reports using the abandoned mine south of the property. I'm gonna go have a look.
Roger that. We'll meet you at those coordinates.
If you encounter Eveline, orders are shoot to kill. Repeat, shoot to kill.
Yep, that's my orders too. We have the same orders. Now, as much as it sounds like they might be talking about Ethan, they're not talking about Ethan when they say unknown third party. That's something else. Ship. Swamp. Lab. We're gonna be encountering a lab. That sounds exciting. Labs are usually always the final, or like the penultimate, at least, areas of a Resident Evil game, so this is very fitting. You've taken Mia's things. So yes, you do get all of the items that you picked up as Mia, along with all the items as Ethan when you inspect this chest. And let me real quick take this knife, go over here, and slice you in the face, if I can reach it. I can't reach it. I can't reach it. Never mind, I can! I didn't mean to fall in the water. Alright, I reached it. Hooray! So, let me grab my arsenal, because this is the final section of the game, what we are going to go through, and it's a pretty long stretch of a bunch of stuff. I only have 6 antique coins. That is a shame. We need all 9 for that. Looks like we're not picking up the Magnum. I do not know where I missed the other antique coins, but I believe you have to have all the antique coins by now. If there are any more antique coins, then they're simply just collectibles. I'll grab out all of my materials for things. We'll have a psychostimulants, sure. Burner is useless. I don't use that shotgun anymore. So it may still be a good idea to take out. Grenade launcher is absolutely coming with us. This is where, like, you decide the weapons you want to take in to the final area of the game. So I'm gonna take out all my handgun ammo, machine gun ammo. Let's go get the machine gun. I have 3 strong first aid meds, so that's cool. More handgun ammo, remote bombs. I probably want to put some of this handgun ammo away. Let's see, here's the M21 shotgun. I do not have enough room for it right now. Yeah, let's put some of this handgun ammo away, especially since we have 12 enhanced bullets, and we'll take the M21 shotgun, which I can switch in and out whenever I want, or in fact, I can actually do this, put this away, and do that. And now my chem fluids. I have 1 strong, 1 regular, and 2 separating agents. Let's see. Oh, I need the first aid meds. I could use the supplements for more grenade launcher ammo, so I think I will. That's strong chem fluid. Let's make that right now. The neuro rounds. And then the regular chem fluid, I could make a regular heal. I could also make more handgun ammo, but I have so much. Let's make a regular heal. There we go. And with that, I think it's safe to put my herbs away. I will reorganize my inventory a little bit here. Oh yeah, remote bombs. I think we can start by using remote bombs and then switch to the grenade launcher later. Or we could just have them along as like a backup item. I may not use them, but I can just have them for fun. I could also always put them away. I mean, I don't really need them for the first stretch, because, like, this final romp is divided up into sections, and we will be getting more save points and more chests along the way, so I don't necessarily need to grab everything out right now. Let's just have what we got. And by the way, if you're wondering, you cannot put the Eveline tissue samples away. It must stay in your inventory all the time. The game expects you to have it all the time. Now, let us load the some of the bullets, enhanced handgun ammo in there. We will save the game and keep going. Any secrets? Let's take the psychostimulants. Oh, there were some items I missed in here. Holy crap. Okay, machine gun ammo. Definitely taking that. 120! Jesus! And burner fuel. No thanks. Putting this back. Where we're going. Item right around the corner here. Mag ammo. If only I could actually use that. I'll keep it on me for now. We'll wait until the chest to drop it off. More chem fluids of all kinds. I just stored my items back there, so we'll have to just carry them with us for a while, I guess. I could also always just leave some of these items. I don't need to pick up all these items. Alright. For the first time in a while, let's use the shotgun. Isn't that satisfying? I love shotguns in shooters. It is quite possibly my all-time favorite weapon class in shooters, shotguns. It's so satisfying to use. And most of that comes from Half-Life 2, which has, like, the best-sounding shotgun I've ever heard in any game, and it's so satisfying to use, and wipes out the Combine soldiers in that game so well. And in Resident Evil 7, shotguns being awesome is no exception. Shotguns are just awesome, end of story. I don't have any extra materials that I can use the chem fluid on, so I'm just gonna have to roll with all this for now. Okay. The machine gun is also pretty satisfying to use. It's just, its recoil makes it feel worse to use than the shotgun. That's my only problem with it. So as you can tell, throughout these last few parts, the horror in this game has kind of left in favor of more action-y stuff. Okay, well, if only I could actually use that. I could always drop something like this. I'm not using the Magnum, so I'm dropping the Magnum ammo. Let's take the herb, we'll make another regular heal with it. And then I have room for something else, such as this handgun ammo right here. Cannot load it in quite yet. There's also a strong chem. Oh, okay, I have another slot. When did I get that? Okay, I don't know, but my inventory's full now again. I forgot what I was just saying. Oh yeah, the game is becoming a lot more like an action-packed first-person shooter, and, well, I don't mind that. I don't think it's, like, the best first-person shooter I've ever played, but I really don't mind it at all. The only thing about it is the enemy variety is not that high, and even compared to the classic Resident Evils, which weren't action games to begin with. I mean, mostly weren't action games, at least the first one wasn't. Not quite sure about 2 or 3. But yeah, a lot of the horror is gone, which is a shame. Like, ever since we entered Lucas, the horror kind of went away, but I don't mind it. It's kind of a nice change of pace, a nice change of scale throughout the progression of the game. I certainly like it now a lot more than I did back when the game came out, when I thought it was kind of boring. There we go. Easiest four-legged mold that I've fought so far. Now, do watch out here, because they said Lucas is around here in the mines. That's what they mean. Because we have so much of this, I'm going to use the machine gun to blow all this up. And I will also be using the machine gun to shoot all the boxes, as I'm pretty sure there are also some trapped boxes to watch out for. There's another herb right there. Why did I pick up the strong chem fluid? I do not know why I thought that was a good idea. But then again, I have so much healing, I probably don't even need it. Here, another molded. Let's grab more shotgun shells. That was like 8 shotgun shells, was it? Sure was. I don't really feel the need to use the grenade launcher yet. Okay, now I feel the need to use the grenade launcher for fun. Okay, that's the downside to using the grenade launcher. It does not seem to kill them in one hit like the shotgun does. Let me load my pellets again. I don't know if there's any items in here. There probably is, but I don't really care. Move on. And here, there's probably an item down here. It's magnum ammo. We do not need it. 2 ways to go, but I'm pretty sure one of them is probably just a straight up dead end. It sure is. I did not take the remote bombs with me, but it's fine. I have 6 remote bombs. That's more than enough to get through this part. Spoiler alert, 6 remote bombs is definitely all I need with all the other ammo I have. Like, I'm fantastic on ammo, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, do watch out behind you, as they do love spawning the molded behind you after you leave certain areas. You also cannot blow yourself up with the grenade launcher, so keep that in mind. He's trying to swing at me with an arm that he doesn't have. That's interesting. Alright. Nope, 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 nope. Wow, this is lucky. Wow, that was lucky. That was extremely lucky. Again, he's swinging at me with an arm he doesn't have. They're really stupid, aren't they? Alright. The quote-unquote puzzle in here is that the way is blocked, so we have to push this minecart to bash it out of the way. Easiest puzzle I've ever freaking seen. You see the wall in your way, so you walk up to the only other thing in the room and press F on it. Technically, you walk behind it, so I guess it's a little more complicated. Still. And just like that, our first section of the area is done. Now we have this. Let me just grab that from a distance, see what it was. Handgun ammo. That's fine. I like handgun ammo. I can't say no to handgun ammo. You watch out for Lucas bombs, though. There was one right there. And that is also a bomb. And I might as well spoil it now. We're not going to be fighting Lucas again. That's, I'll explain after. Now, we have 2 herbs right here. That's very generous. And this thing. This laptop. Sent Friday, January 16th, 2015, 12:42 a.m. Thanks to you guys, it's been about a week since my head's been clearing back to normal, and she still thinks she's got me. You guys really need to work on fixing that. Not only does she look like a little kid, she's about as stupid as one, too. Mom and Dad are still totally under, though. I was wondering, is this whole family obsession something you guys programmed into her? It's kind of fucked up. Friday, November 4th, 2015, 2:10 a.m. That bitch Mia is still somewhere in between Evie La La Land and reality. She gets pretty violent, so I locked her up in a cell. I thought maybe Eveline would get mad since Mia's her favorite and all, but she doesn't seem to care. She actually goes and visits her sometimes. She thinks Mia's her mommy. Like I said, your bioweapon is fucked up. Friday, September 1st, 2016. Eveline's family obsession is getting out of hand. She's making everyone kidnap more and more assholes off the street to add to her freak show of a family. Maybe she's getting tired of Mia not coming around, but it's a pain in the ass for me because I gotta clean up the mess whenever someone new comes along. By the way, Evie's looking sick or something. Her skin is getting all wrinkly and she's getting gray hairs. Is that supposed to happen? It's almost like she's getting old all of a sudden. So who's writing those? Before we discuss the contents of the notes, who's writing this? There's really only one possibility. They're at the house, and they know about Mia. They locked her up in a cell. They have mom and dad, and they are in contact with the people who made Eveline. There's only one person. Lucas has a little more going on than he thinks. So yeah, this is Lucas. I just spoiled it completely. I completely unintentionally said his name, but this is Lucas. I was going to say that in a bit, so it's Lucas. I would have tried using his accent when I was reading that, but I'm probably going to be terrible at it, so I just decided against it. Let's go with this instead. Okay. That's right, I found this on my last playthrough too, and I was just as surprised to find it as I am now. Just a random steroids. I don't think I need regular chem fluid. Let's use the steroids. Just completely random steroids. I believe I found all the steroids in the game. I think so. Okay, prepare yourselves. This room is Exposition Dump Central. Let's begin. With this one note right here. This report details the symptoms that appear when the bacterium asterisk that grows inside of the E-Series infects a human. Be sure to read this document thoroughly before dealing with E-Series weaponized assets. Asterisk hereafter referred to as mold. The bacterium is the mold. Initial infection. The mold ingests nutrients from the subject's body to propagate itself and slowly takes over cells within the body. As a side effect of this, the infected subject gains remarkable regenerative abilities. During experiments, we removed arms and legs from test subjects and found that they were able to co-opt the amputated limbs in a matter of minutes. Mid-stage infection. Once the mold reaches the brain, the subject's thoughts become in tune with those of the E-Series asset. The subject starts to hear things and experience hallucinations, and soon comes under complete control of the E-Series asset. If this state continues, the host will lose all sense of ego. Complete infection. After every cell in the body has been taken over by the mold, the subject begins to lose their human form. Physical mutations differ from case to case, but all result in him or her acquiring incredible physical strength. Containing a subject at this stage would be extremely difficult. Those symptoms all sound kind of familiar. This is exactly what you think it is. It's the lab of Eveline. 10 minutes after dose, death. Oh, okay. I did that in the wrong order. E-necrotoxin, E-Series dosage test. 5 minutes after dose, vomiting. 10 minutes after dose, death. 12 minutes after dose, cell calcification. Cell calcification sounds a little like what we saw happen to Marguerite before. This thing looks pretty special. We're not going to touch that quite yet. Another note right here. This one is 7 pages. Prepare yourself. This project was instigated in 2000 as one of several concepts for the company's NextBAS, Next Generation Experimental Battlefield Superiority Initiative, working with a technical assistance from HCF to develop a bioweapon for neutralizing combatants en masse with minimal direct contact. NextBAS was later folded and all its assets diverted to this project. What makes this project markedly different from conventional weapons is its ability to turn enemy combatants into allies, converting hostile elements into willing servants. Since this effectively eliminates the costs of not only POW handling, prisoner of war handling, but also combat itself, it's no wonder we had the and even organization chomping at the bit to get on board. The project would never have existed were it not for the discovery of the remarkably progressed vicariant evolution fungus that we commonly term the mutamycete. The fabrication method for each bioweapon was to introduce the mutamycete genome to a pre-stage 4 human embryo and perform cultivation in a controlled environment over a period of 38 to 40 weeks. The resultant organisms were referred to as candidate specimens and graded based on usability, from the impractical and faulty series A through D to the perfected E series. A common appearance was selected for the bioweapons, that of a roughly 10-year-old girl, to ensure ease of blending in with urban/refugee populations. The first E-series specimen, named Eveline, has proven capable of secreting the mutamycete from her tissue at will. It is also of note that Eveline's mutamycete imposes a profound control over body and mind when introduced into a host organism. We still have a lot to learn about the mechanism by which Eveline achieves and maintains this control, but the working theory is that the vector is similar to the auto-inducer pheromones used for quorum sensing in Pseudomonas bacteria. I don't think those words exist, but there you go. Eveline's control is exerted in a series of discrete stages, the first of which is hallucination. Almost immediately after infection, the subject begins to see images of Eveline, though she is not in fact there, and even hear her voice, which is inaudible to everyone else. Auditions with infected subjects throughout the stages of infection reveal that at first, the phantom Eveline appears to be a normal young girl, sometimes desiring companionship or assistance. As time progresses, she begins making more and more extreme demands, including self-mutilation and attacks on other people. The psychological shock this induces helps to break down the mind's natural barriers to Eveline's brainwashing effect, and by the time mental control is achieved, the mutamycete infection has progressed through the body's cells, so the body's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I think that's what that says. Now I have to wonder what the purpose of this note is and why they just leave it around. Let's just leave a note detailing everything about what this project is, what we're doing with Eveline, for any old person that wanders through our salt mine lab to find out. Alright, we've got one more note to read, and then I have an interesting history lesson of sorts to tell you. This note is only 4 pages, but it's got some paragraphs, so here we go. Eveline's functions also include the ability to form organisms from mycelia, the fungal filaments. The term organism is used loosely here. Strictly speaking, they are superorganisms formed of countless mycelia. What's important, though, is that they exhibit a strong survival instinct and will defend themselves ferociously with the slightest provocation. Their fungal toughness and remarkable strength give them significant battlefield potential. The researchers have been calling these superorganisms the molded, made of mold, and also molded as in shaped. The name has a certain elegance to it. Yeah, pat yourselves on the back. You made a good name. For the treatment of accidental infections, performing on samples of Eveline's body tissue produces a unique fungicidal serum. Administering the serum to an infected subject will cause the mycelia to calcify, but if the subject's cells are already largely invaded, the serum will be fatal, like we saw before with Jack. Since the treatment window is so small, the serum's primary use is therefore disposal of infected subjects rather than a cure. Exploring the serum's potential, we found that subjecting it to would enhance its effects to extreme potency, becoming a compound we now call E-necrotoxin, which murders the hell out of them, even in tiny amounts. What's been interesting to observe in Eveline's behavior is her obsession with the concept of family. In experiments, we found on multiple occasions that infected subjects were compelled to act as their mother or father, as her mother or father, treating her as if she were really their daughter. Why did she settle upon family as the theme for her mental control? This is just speculation, but it could be that she instinctively understands that a family unit is better suited to blending into social groups than a lone girl. On the other hand, well, a sentimental sort might suggest that she's making up for a perceived lack of love in her quarantined upbringing, a parent's love. Alright, with that done, I think that's the last note. Yeah, that was exposition dump. I couldn't even say exposition right. That's how much reading those notes confused my brain a little bit. Let me save the game real quick. And then, tell you about some interesting stuff. I will make room for the other ammo, though, the other thing that I want to pick up, the herbs. So, as you can see, the reason behind the cause behind the molded, the cause behind the bakers being aggressive, the cause behind Mia being aggressive, is basically a bioweapon or virus thing. A supremely scientific thing that's able to do all sorts of crazy crap to get what it wants. Oh, right. Herbs stack in one slot. I could pick them up the whole time. Well, okay, that's fine. Do I have any regular chem fluid anymore? No, then I guess we're making more... Here, let's make more grenade launcher ammo. We'll bring out solid fuel, and we'll put the herbs away, and we'll bring out There, I used the 2 strong chem fluids to make 2 more of both types of grenade launcher. This is pretty much overkill. I'm not going to need any of these, I don't think, but it's there, so screw you. Anyway, this is a common theme among basically every single Resident Evil game, and this is now the time to tell you that you may, if you're new to this series, the name Resident Evil is kind of a strange one. It's a very strange sounding name, because it's just like, Resident Evil. What the hell does that mean? Upon, like, first hearing it. What does that mean? Yeah, that's good. I have so much handgun ammo. Look at that, 90 handgun ammo. And there's an interesting story behind that, because when the first Resident Evil was being developed, or that's not really only the first Resident Evil, because over in Japan, this series is called Biohazard. So this game we're playing over there is called Biohazard 7. And, basically the thing behind that was when the first game was being developed, of course it had the name Biohazard during its entire development period, but then when they were releasing it in America, supposedly the name Biohazard was already trademarked, and trying to get it trademarked for their brand was going to be difficult. Like, there was a band or something named Biohazard. So they voted on a name to rename the series to in America, and one of the names was Resident Evil. I do not know why Resident Evil was picked. It's probably something to do with the fact that the first game took place inside a little mansion, not this big city that Resident Evil 2 and 3 took place in. But yeah, ever since then, like, the only games that take place in a small house, take place mostly in a small house, that is, are the first game and this one. They're the only ones where Resident Evil makes any sense. But the name stuck, and now it's very iconic, so... But yeah, the whole series is called Biohazard because every game in the Resident Evil series deals with some kind of biohazard, some kind of scientifically made thing, virus, or creature, or bioweapon that is making people's lives hell, and the entire game series, in each and every game, you're spending trying to survive against what it's doing, and trying to kill it in the end. That's the whole series, basically. And, you know, each one is its own thing. I don't know, I just thought I'd exposit all that. We had that target acquired thing again. E-necrotoxin. Destroys cells of any subject based on the E-Series bioweapon model. Use only for disposal of E-Series assets. The toxin must first be stimulated before use. Do this by placing a sample of an E-Series cells into the necrotoxin container. Looks familiar, doesn't it? That's the weird, random, messed up note we were reading before in its completed form. Now, I just got an achievement for that. I think I may have read every single note in the game. I hope that's what that achievement meant. Anyway, we now finally have a use for Eveline tissue samples. E-necrotoxin. We must now use this to stop Eveline, so let's go! After me having said all that, even though I made no real progress, let's save! And, make any final inventory decisions. I'll cut through this real quick. Okay, I'm bringing along the remote bombs. That's basically the only inventory decision I made, and, it might not be the greatest, but whatever. Enhanced handgun ammo, just free enhanced handgun ammo, I'll take it. Why don't we switch to it? We've got quite a bit. So, down we go. There's chem fluid, there's another remote bomb. I don't know. I don't need those anymore, I don't think. So let's keep going. Hello? I'm here to stop you. If you are who I think you are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right about who I think you are. Alright. Here we go. Fuck! It's time for our final romp through Molded. This part is not that difficult, but there are a lot of them, so do watch out. I'm used to shotgun being on slot 2, or I mean on slot 3. So that screwed me up a little bit. There we go. Oops, I bumped the mic. Sorry about that. Herb. Why not? I have no inventory slot for chem fluid, so this will be fun. Oh, you're not scary. Stop trying to be scary. I don't know about you guys, but I'm not that scared. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. I'm not that scared of creepy little girls in games as other people, as much as other people are. Wow, I'm seeing the effect of the steroids. That was a 4-legged molded. Usually molded give you a lot of blood on screen. That thing barely did anything to me. That's crazy. All right. Got some more to go. Let's bring out our nade launcher. You know what? Let's use neuro rounds. Oh, actually, I'm at yellow health. What the hell? Okay. I still have no idea what neuro rounds are supposed to do differently from flame rounds. I think they're supposed to stun, but that did not stun that guy. So it's just blue. Pick the color of your ammo. Do you want your ammo red or blue? That's basically what that is. Why not? Let's equip these for... Or, no. No, I like using guns more than remote bombs, gotta be honest. So let's just keep using guns. Let's reload this. Alright, enhanced handgun ammo I want to use more of. Oh, you're so creepy. Never mind, I don't want to use it anymore because this thing came around the corner. Alright, you were dead, sure, I believe that. You didn't look that dead to me, though. Run backwards. Wow, we got a lot of you. I'm gonna, I think, use the grenade launcher next. There you go. That's stunning. That's stunning the enemy. There you go. Good job, grenade launcher. I'm using a lot of shotgun, actually. I do not have a lot of shotgun, so let me stop using shotgun. I was considering switching over to remote bombs, but I don't think so. Let's reload this instead. Keep going. Switch back to flame rounds, maybe, as I do like the way flame rounds look a little more. Alright. These stairs are broken. Only one way to go. No items there. Let's keep going. Oh, brother. Look at this. We've got 2 of them. 2 of them. And one of them looks bigger than the other. Whoa, okay. Cool, cool, cool. You guys, whoa, 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 whoa. What's this? What's here? Strong first aid med? Jesus! Just a free strong first aid med chilling in the corner. That's odd. Alright, the other one died, I think, from not even that much punishment. So that's interesting. And you're dead. Wow, what amazing enemies you guys were. I am thrilled to have you as my enemies, I guess. And with that, that is that. Combat sequence over and done with. You got 2 shotgun shells at the end. That's definitely what I like to see. I want my shotgun ammo back. Up we go. Frame rate in the recording is getting a little lower. At least it looks that way. Hopefully it won't be too bad. It won't be like Black Mesa. Not sure why that would be. Maybe my computer's hot. It should be mostly fine, though. I think most of that is still only in the recording preview. You know? I think I should put in a warning. This is me just talking right now because I'm gonna put this in the video because why not? But I think I'm going to put a warning of nausea at the start of that because that is a very shaky section. The screen is shaking and of course I'm looking all over the place trying to shoot people. So I think I should put a warning up for people. Mine map. It'd be nice to know in advance. So we just got the map for the mines that we were just in. You don't have to worry. The mines are so linear. A map is completely pointless and unnecessary. So let's keep going instead. Those look familiar. Empty wheelchair here. Hang on. Oh, I missed you. I missed you in my last playthrough. Gotcha. I think that's one of the ones I missed. I may have gotten all of them, perhaps. We'll see.
I'm sure of it. It's not here. It's gone. It's gone!
Yep. It's this place again. This cozy looking room. E001.
This is your fault.
Why am I seeing this?
Ethan, it's okay. It's okay, it's me. I know you didn't mean to hurt me.
Kill him, Mommy.
But you shouldn't have done that! It fucking hurts!
He doesn't want to be my daddy? Then he can die. Now it's Mommy's turn to kill you. You're gonna be one of us. And then maybe you'll play nicely.
I'm not playing.
No! Get that away from me!
Leave me to die! You were always watching me. Why?
You.
Why does everyone hate me?
It's time. My only tip for this boss, shoot it until it dies. Yes, seriously. This boss is extremely easy. Do not worry one bit. There are some shotgun shells over here if you want it. There's some, okay, that's actually it. But, oh god, make sure your grenade launcher's reloaded. That's a second tip. Make sure of that. I'm gonna use some shotgun, just for some nice gun variety to make the video look more fun. So back to machine gun. Alright. I'm sorry. Okay, good. If you see this cutscene, you're doing the right thing, believe it or not. Alright, true final boss of the game time. This boss is literally an interactive cutscene. All you have to do is shoot it. Everything else that happens from here is 100% scripted and can't be avoided. It's a little bit boring, I know, but at least it looks cool. That's the one cool thing about it. All these hits are completely unavoidable. You cannot move. You cannot even open your inventory, so make sure all your weapons in your top slots are full of ammo. Because if you run out, there's literally nothing you could do. Kind of an oversight. Yeah, this boss is not the greatest, but if you have the ammo for it, it's a nice send-off to the game. There we go.
I'm Redfield. Glad we found you.
The fuck took you guys so long?
Ethan?
Mia. You made it. I'm glad.
Did I?
They say that when one door closes, another opens. Well, a door closed tonight. And what a long night it was. But not just for me. Mia and I weren't the only victims here. So were the Bakers. It was that thing, Eveline, who made them that way. But now Eveline's dead. And these guys are here to clean up the mess. I had just come to terms with losing Mia. But now she's back and wants to start over. Put all this behind us. Maybe this is where the next door opens.
Well, don't get too comfy just yet. You are the protagonist of the next game. So, that was Resident Evil 7. I accidentally said this opinion in a previous video because it just came out, but I think this is one of the best horror games ever made. Because it's such a clever twist of most of the typical indie horror game stuff that you see all the time, indie horror game tropes, all the explorative environments and stuff with, like, most of it being tension building up to a scare or something. And here I think that this is done excellently. Various scares and stuff are placed in such effective ways, like that molded walking around the corner in the basement. You expect them to come out of the mold, but they walk around the corner or are already standing in a room. It's so good. And then they basically take that basic indie horror walk around stuff happens and then put on some really good gunplay. Like shooting people in the head, conserving ammo, making more ammo, eventually getting too much ammo by the end of the game, but that's fine. I don't really mind the switch from, like, scarce ammo to basically first-person shooter toward the end, because it's a nice, like, ramp-up of tension and action and stuff, and it's really cool. I love the story, too. I love it's shrouded in mystery. And I like how it's completely separate from the rest of the Resident Evil series until just now at the end, where Chris Redfield is shown. And, also Umbrella Corporation, and Chris Redfield is a part of it. Anyone who's played the classic games will be wondering what the hell's going on right there. Basically, it's like a reformed Umbrella Corporation. And, who's trying to help the world instead of hurt it like the old one did. And Chris Redfield joined it. There's a little bit more on it in the DLC we'll cover in a bit. So, that explains whatever the hell was going on there. And Chris Redfield is also important for the next game. But yeah, this game is great. I love its, I love just about everything about it. I do think that the garage scene at the start when you wake up in the main house is a little bit awkwardly paced, but the rest of the game is really cool. And you know, I didn't even talk about it. I was going to, in episode 2, I was going to talk about the opening that I played in episode 1. I think that might be my favorite opening to a horror game ever, because a lot of horror games start with, like, the long walks in silence as you wonder what's happening, but a lot of other horror games, like the one I most recently played, Amnesia, they put in a lot of scares and stuff that happens during those times, but this game does not. Only, like, 2 things ever happen before you encounter Mia, of course. This is everything before you encounter Mia. 2 things happen. You see Jack walking in the distance, who you don't even know who that is at the start. And then the videotape happens, of course. The events of the videotape happen. But again, that's another, like, really well built up piece of gameplay. And just everything else is just a ton of build-up with all the visuals of, like, the horse effigy right outside the house, the disgusting-looking kitchen and house in general, carries all the horror, and that's it. That's the only thing that happens. Oh yeah, the second thing that happens is, Andre's body coming out of the water. But that's it. Everything else is just a ton of build-up, and that's really cool. It's like, it shows you the setting, and it makes you wonder when the first thing's gonna freaking happen, and then, I don't know about you, but when I saw Mia in the cell, who we now know was locked up there by Lucas, as we saw in one of the notes towards the end. Who's breathing? What the hell? That's a part of the song? I didn't know that. But when I first saw her in the cell, I thought that was like a fake Mia that you were supposed to think was Mia, but it wasn't actually. It was some kind of trap. But no, that was actually Mia. That was quite a surprise. I didn't really expect you to find your main objective of the game in 2 seconds. Usually, horror games don't do that. The objective is just what you're working towards getting to at the very end. But here, your first objective is find Mia, and then figuring out what the hell's going on with the family. And also, compared to the rest of the series, this was my introduction to the series, but compared to the rest of the series, this is so different, but so similar at the exact same time. And that's very interesting, because the setting... I mean, it's setting similar to the first game, like a house in the middle of the woods, but the first game still was like a mansion. This is just a regular farmhouse. And it was a mansion that had Umbrella Corporation labs in it. This is just a regular farmhouse that has a lab nearby. right nearby, actually, like just underneath their house, basically, just underneath the guest house. So it's kind of weird that the lab was able to be right there, and then Eveline ended up going out in a boat and then circled back around towards them. Oh, but then again, that might be their South American branch, supposedly, that they were talking about on the boat. Last time, I think we saw that. Even though Louisiana isn't in Central America. Central America is, like, Mexico. And everything in between Mexico and South America, right? Louisiana is not a part of that, I don't think. So, I don't know. But at the exact same time, it's very similar to the originals in the, the inventory management, the limited space, the conserving, the scarcity of resources, the crafting of stuff, the puzzles, and exploring the house and unlocking new routes. It's not quite as detailed as those original games, I don't think. Because, like, the police station in Resident Evil 2, I've been playing Resident Evil 2, and the police station is a lot, like, bigger and has a lot more detail to it, I think. But I still really like the house layouts, and I think, although the areas are pretty short compared to Resident Evil, the originals, I don't really mind that. It's still an amazing setting, it's still amazing progression, I like the boss battles, I like the family. I wish you saw more of the family all together, like a little more than just that first scene with them, but I love all their boss battles. The chainsaw fight with Jack, although there are instant kills in that fight, that's the only thing I'm not a big fan of. But that's fine. If you know to look out for them and to prepare for them, you could probably avoid them every time. No problem. And then Marguerite's boss is such an interesting battle, because it's like, it's got these slow moments when Marguerite's just around and kind of hunting you down and you don't know where she is, and then there's the moments where you're fighting her. It's also very disgusting, and, that works well. I also really like all the disgusting moments, because they add to the horror in really good ways. First time I saw them, they were definitely not for the faint of my younger heart back when this game came out. I assume that's how you use the phrase. Oh, and that credits song, Go Tell Aunt Rhody, really good. A+ stuff. I hope that it came out louder in the video than it did in my headphones. That's kind of something I notice in when I rewatch, is that the game sounds kind of louder. I mean, my game audio is weird to begin with, but I'm not sure how to fix it. Same with my video. But yes, I think you get the point of my final thoughts. This is one of my all-time favorite horror games, and I don't think it's going to be changed anytime soon. Although, as for favorite Resident Evil, I mean, I haven't finished 2 yet, but I have played 8. I have finished 8 since I started. Resident Evil 8 is so good. And the main reason I actually bothered to make a playthrough of this is because I wanted to make a playthrough of Resident Evil 8. So I'm going to be getting on that next, because Resident Evil 8 is so good. I think, though, despite Resident Evil 8 being quite possibly my favorite Resident Evil out of the ones I have, and one of my top favorite shooter games I've ever played, right up next to Black Mesa, this is the best of the 3 that I have in terms of horror. This knocked it out of the park with its horror, I think. Even Resident Evil 2 Remake, I mean, like, that game's horror is basically the gore engine. All the gore and the blood and everything you see everywhere, and that works well enough, but it's just not that scary otherwise. Because, I don't know, zombies are overdone. Not overdone in a bad way, it's just that they're done so much that zombies alone can't scare me. So that they rely on the gore to try and, like, get under your skin with that, and that works well, but just zombies on their own is not that scary, and I'll be honest, I never found Mr. X that scary. I haven't gone against him in the game yet, so maybe I'll have a little bit harder time with him, but he just doesn't look that scary to me. I don't know, I think the Xenomorph in Alien Isolation is a lot more effective of a threat than Mr. X is. That's just my opinion. And even Jack Baker in this game, because he's just a regular guy. Mr. X is like this big stompy man, this big tyrant guy. Jack is just a regular guy, and he has so much fun hunting you down. It's really creepy and cool. And you finish him off with the chainsaw fight. Oh, the boss death animations were also all really good. At least Jack and Marguerite's were. Once again, Lucas doesn't really have a boss, but I'll talk more about that in a bit. Oh, We have reached the logos of the credits. The special thanks and the logos. That's how you know you're getting to the ends of the credits. They always put special thanks and then they put the logos of like every company and program that they use to help. Really, this many companies were involved in the creation of Resident Evil 7. That's cool. And some of them are Japanese companies. Just look at all this. And then when you start this game up, it scrolls through like 3, 4, 5 logos and companies. This is I guess this game is a pretty big collaboration between all these people. And it came out very, very good, so they should be proud of it. Almost like how The Lion King was kind of a collaboration. I watched that YMS video about Kimbo the White Lion a little earlier in the month. I actually think I watched it last year, never mind. But, whatever. NVIDIA GameWorks technology provided under license from NVIDIA Corporation. We're almost done with the credits. I'm gonna let these play. And there they are. They're basically dead now, with the exception of Zoe. Zoe is still unknown, and also Lucas is unknown. Okay, Lucas dies, okay? You know it's coming. With that, you get this random screen with a phone vibrating, which is, I guess, some kind of a subtle hint to the next game? I don't think it is, but... Alright, so my playtime is 7 hours, 37 minutes, 3 restarts. I died 3 times, and all of them were on Jack's boss fight. I guess that's just the hardest part of the game. I missed one. Mr. Everywhere. I discovered 2 new ones, but I missed one of them. I think I missed 1 antique coin in my first playthrough, but now I missed 4 of them? How did that happen? I did find all the notes, though, so that was what the achievement I got was. I don't know, when did I discover new notes? I feel like there was some time I discovered a new note. I opened the item box 61 times, I used 36 healing items, about like 3 of them were accidental. Stabilizers used 2, steroids used 4. How many steroids are there in the game? You know, want to know what happens to Lucas? This is what I've been hinting towards. Not a hero, the DLC. Real quick, let me just, let me get back to the menu here. So, you probably know, this game has DLC, extra content. If we go to extra content, here it is. I actually have the, I got the bundle for Resident Evil 7 and 8, which means it includes the Resident Evil 7 DLC, as well as 1 DLC pack for 8 that isn't very good, apparently, but whatever. And here is a list. Banned footage contains 4 different mini-games of sorts to play. It comes in 2 volumes. And Volume 1 is the first half, Volume 2 is the second half. 3 of them are Clancy versus each of the Baker family. There's like a Nightmare mode that's kind of like Mercenaries, and has a FNAF survive until 6 a.m. element to it, which is pretty cool. Second one's like this, another escape room-like thing, but with Marguerite, and Marguerite plays a much bigger threat. The third is with Lucas, and you play like a card game. You play, what is it, Blackjack? Is that the one where you have to get to 21? It's that. It's a card game where you have to get to 21, but you can't go over, and it's a card game where you have to bet your life instead. And then there's a final one called Daughters that's pretty interesting. You take control of Zoe, and play with the Bakers before they got infected. And it goes over the story of how they got infected. It's actually pretty cool. But it plays out slightly differently than you think it would in the notes, but yeah, it's pretty cool. And there's even some like secrets in it. There's even 2 endings to it, which is pretty neat. Then there's also this joke game, Jack's 55th birthday. You have to feed him food. It's a complete joke game for fun. And then there's Ethan Must Die, this really hard mode where your goal is to kill Marguerite in the greenhouse, fight Marguerite's boss fight, basically. But everything kills you in like 1 or 2 hits, and there's a ton of traps, and it's the main house. You explore the main house to find everything, and there's a ton of traps, there's a ton of Lucas bombs, the items are randomly generated, and you got 1 shot to get through all of it. I've not tried any of these, by the way. It sounds tough. I might try it at some point, but I don't think I'll do it in a video, because Basically, everyone who's played Resident Evil 7 on YouTube has played these DLCs already. I would be adding nothing by playing these as well. You could argue I'd be adding nothing by making a playthrough, but I mean, I just wanted to make a playthrough for fun, but I don't feel the need to play these DLCs on video. I'll just play them on my own time whenever I get around to it. Then we have Not a Hero and End of Zoe. These three were released shortly after the game release, but these two are free. For one thing, the rest of these are paid, and these two are free, and they were added much later in December of 2017. Or in the middle of 2018. I actually can't remember, but basically, Not a Hero. Ethan's struggle is over, but there's still one last mess to clean up, and the job falls to Chris Redfield, a veteran in the fight against bioterrorism. Not a Hero. In Not a Hero, you take control of Chris, and you go back and down into the salt mines and further into the salt mines to take care of Lucas. Basically, the entire game is more of the action-y parts that we had toward the end of the main game, but with like 1 or 2 extra types of molded. I believe there's one that's invincible that you need a special ammo for. Overall, I'm not that interested in it. I watched it all the way through. I watched someone else play it all the way through, and it looks like more of the same molded killing. It doesn't look that exciting. I mean, molded killing is fun, don't get me wrong. I don't mind it, but I like molded killing on top of the base game, where there's other interesting stuff happening, not just molded killing, and that's basically what this is. And in the end, basically, you track down Lucas, you discover that Lucas is, in fact, in contact with the people who are made behind Eveline, and those people are called The Connections, just so you know. That may or may not be important for number 8. It's not important or anything, it's just a factoid. They are called The Connections. You track down Lucas, and eventually you fight him in a boss battle. He does, like, mutate himself. I think he ejects himself with something and mutates, and you fight him in a final boss battle, and you kill him. The end. I might as well just say the synopsis, because it's very simple. You kill Lucas. This is where Lucas dies. If you want to see that, other people have done it. I don't feel the need to do it, because I'm just not that interested. Basically, all you need to know is that the people behind Eveline are The Connections, and that Lucas does, in fact, get killed in the end. All that leaves is Zoe, and I do not know anything about End of Zoe here. It involves Jack's brother, Joe Baker, so the uncle of Zoe and Lucas. Must face this danger with his bare fists. Yeah, apparently this is like a beat-em-up, where you beat up molded with your hands instead. I think there may be a gun at some point. I know nothing about this. I do not know what the hell happens. There's some kind of, like, something is happening with Zoe. I think Joe has to, like, save her. But in the end, I do know that in the end, Zoe survives. If you're interested in any of these, basically every other YouTuber has played them. So you can go check them out. I recommend a few. John Wolf, probably, I think Markiplier did as well. There's also Bowling Otter, who played all of these in VR, I think except End of Zoe and except these two. But he played all of the ones he could in VR. He played all the banned footage ones in VR. So if you're interested in seeing what the VR mode of this game is like, which I kind of want to check out at some point, if I can. I have the PC version of the game, though, and it requires PlayStation VR, which might not work for PC, I don't know. But I've always been very interested in that. Anyway, you want to see any of these other played, go watch them, because I'm not going to do it. However, check other features. What is this? Oh, online store. Wow, I'm interested. So I'm going to end this by pointing you in the direction of Madhouse. If the normal mode is too easy for you, which is pretty standard, there is Madhouse. Madhouse, however, is different from most hard difficulties. It does not just increase damage and health of people, it will also change stuff. It changes, like, how you get certain key items around. For example, the Scorpion key on Easy and Normal is found in the processing area. On Madhouse, it's actually locked inside a cage behind antique coins in the main hall. However, the difference is there are actually more antique coins in this mode. There are 32 as opposed to 18 from the other two. In addition, certain enemy encounters are different. I believe you now encounter molded in the old house, and certain molded encounters have been changed up a bit to be a little bit harder, and, like, some scares have changed locations. There's actually quite a lot of changes here. It's a completely different experience from what it looks like from Easy and Normal. I've not played it yet. I plan on it eventually. And, yeah, it's on top of all that, of course, enemies do more damage, and it's harder. Everything has changed to make it harder. I believe the easy mode actually removes some enemy encounters in places. Like, you encounter 2 molded in the main hall of the main house when you go back, but I believe on easy mode they're not there. And there may be a couple other items in places, because difficulty can't be changed mid-game. But yeah, that's basically it. There is no regular hard mode like the other Resident Evils. Like Resident Evil 8 has its ultimate hard difficulty called Village of Shadows instead. But it also has a regular hardcore mode that just buffs damage from enemies and doesn't have any of the extra things. Oh yeah, also on Madhouse, the old system of saving returns. You have to use an item to save, and autosaves are basically non-existent. They only save at the beginning of like the main house. They only save when you start the main house and when you start the wrecked ship, at least I assume. That would be bad if they didn't. But every other time you need to use an item to save, the equivalent of an ink ribbon on the tape players to save, so that's a little bit harder. And then, from then on, all the extra content in this game to discuss is just the bonus items you get in the chest, like the Albert 01R. You may have noticed that the final gun that I used in the final boss battle there is called the Albert 01. The one in the chest is the Albert 01R. You get that for just beating the game on any difficulty. It's a replica, basically. It does the same damage, I'm pretty sure. It might not do the same damage. I don't know how the health in this game works. Because, like, I don't know, it's probably, like, with how scripted that fight is, it's probably just like, did the player shoot this thing 6 times with this gun, then win the fight? There's probably no health to it at all. But, anyway, the Albert 01R is strong and takes handgun ammo, but it can only hold 3 bullets at a time, and I think it might take slightly longer to reload. I don't know, but there's a bunch of other items you could get. For example, if you beat Madhouse, you get an item called Infinite Ammo. If you keep that item in your inventory, every single gun in the game has infinite ammo. And there's more. If you want to find all this stuff out, or if you want to play the DLCs for yourself even, go play this game. This game is really good and gets a solid recommendation from me. With that said, I hope you enjoyed the playthrough, as much as I enjoyed making it, if you watched, that is. Next time, let's see how Ethan's story progresses from here. And it may or may not end well. We'll find out. Thank you all for watching, if you did watch. And as always, I will see you all in the future.